oh my God, that was dangerous. So I'm down at Mass and Cass because I want to bring you a story about what it looks like, because the news media isn't down there at any frequency, only when it hits the big headlines. And it's a disaster, and it's very dangerous, very, very dangerous. So I'm down there, I'm recording, and someone runs by on a bike and she screams as loud as she can, that guy's got a camera. Because even though it's completely and absolutely legal to record in public, because you have no expectation of privacy on the side of the street, it is dangerous to record people that are drug dealing and possessing drugs right in the public eye, under the nose of the cops. So I don't know whether they have like a patrol that goes around and or if that just was spontaneous. But that's the second time I've been here where they've like, oh my God, he's got a camera, and they don't want you to show, and certainly the authorities don't want you to see what's actually happening at Mass and Cass on a regular basis. So this footage is going to be very difficult to get for you, but I've got an idea, and we're going to go into Home Depot and we're going to see what we can rig up. Home Depot's got these things in the parking lot. They're like surveillance systems, solar powered, and they got two of them. They blare classical music, not heavy metal.
I'm joining the fire department. I got to get my EMT first. Careful.
Oh my God, that was so sad and so infuriating at the same time, especially when you know that the government is actually facilitating this policy. Number one, the border is wide open. Where do they get this? Heroin, drugs, fentanyl, whatever. China, through Mexico, right? So number one, it's the border. And number two, down here at Mass and Cass at Atkinson Street, effectively, as you can see, drugs possession and drug dealing is completely and absolutely legal. That is as close as I felt, or safe as I felt getting to that location. So there's literally a mom with her little kid, and she's got to walk by those people shooting up drugs on the way to the train. She said, I'm going to the train, she's talking to her baby, and she's got to literally walk by those people shooting up drugs right on the ramp. Everywhere you go, there are needles, especially in the McDonald's parking lot. You can see the white needle, it's about 4 or 5 inches long, and then you see the safety tip, so to speak, the orange part. We're now in the Stop and Shop parking lot, and they have the same security situation. It's something that usually you'd have a municipality have. They're not playing any classical music here like they were at Home Depot. Welcome to Stop and Shop. This area is being recorded for your safety and security. Now, all around the parking lot here are people that are just kind of hanging out, doing drugs, or hungover, or, you know, under the effect of drugs. And somewhere, obviously, somebody is supplying these drugs, drug dealers, and they're making a lot of money. Just the other day, the ACLU did a poll. I don't know if you can see that here. And they found that 70%, wow, what a surprise, 70% of people supported safe injection sites in Massachusetts. In other words, there's a massive effort to take Mass and Cass and spread it all over the state. See, basically Mass and Cass is a safe injection site, if there was ever actually anything like a safe injection site, because there is no such thing as safely injecting heroin. That's an Orwellian oxymoron. I actually had to go to a different part of the parking lot. It was just too unsafe over at the Stop and Shop area. So one thing that is happening at Boston City Council even today is they're considering a plan to clean out the area. Mayor Wu has proposed one, and then there's a council version as well. The problem is that no matter what plan they pass, they just don't have the will. in the springtime, they had a plan to clean it out, but that plan had a giant loophole in it, which basically said, if you refuse to move your tent, well, then you refuse, and we're not going to move you. So much for like a mandate or an order. Basically, they have ceded control of that whole swath with all the social problems and the complete failure, policy failure that it is, to the drug addicts and the drug dealers. And what that really means is that they have crossed the line between trying to get people off drugs and straighten out their lives to the point that they're actually enabling drug addiction and making it worse. That's what safe injection sites do. They enable drug use. They don't stop you from using drugs. They stop you from overdosing theoretically, but all the damage that comes with just using drugs prior to an overdose is devastating to the individual and to society. So there is, again, no such thing as a safe injection site because there's no such thing as safely injecting heroin. All right, so we'll keep you posted. I'm John F. Gately, hard by the expressway at the South Bay Plaza. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.